The US stock market is at all-time highs. Not only the US tech stocks, which do make up the majority of the S&P 500, but also the S&P 500 is rocketing. Don't get me wrong, the indicators are showing that it may be coming to overbought levels, but it can definitely push further past this. Definitely, maybe the rate cuts will give us a sell the news event, but currently, as we speak, it's at all-time highs. Fidelity are buying Ethereum, but more importantly, Google hit 3 trillion for the first time in history, which could show that crypto is undervalued. But I mentioned Google a while ago. I'm not going to show you the receipts. You can look back at the videos if you care enough. But Google right now, I have sold. I think I sold a bit early, but I don't mind because I bought at all-time highs at about 200. 194, 177, that sort of region. So I'd rather take chips off the table now and buy something else, which I did do. So I bought Lululemon. Don't get me wrong though, this is a mistake I made. I made a massive mistake on Lululemon. I thought I was safe. I didn't put my stop losses on, and now I'm down a lot. Don't get me wrong, I double bought on one of my other accounts. So I've doubled down on this position. However, I could have saved myself with this stock and bought back now at a cheaper price. And then I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually compare Google and Lululemon. So Google is a giant and it makes billions. Billions and billions it makes. So 350 billion total revenue in 2024. Net income 100. And they have a lot of assets as well as liabilities. So I was comparing Lululemon to that. I was seeing that they've projected that they're not going to have enough earnings moving forward. But with Google, with it being at all-time highs, everyone gassing it, I don't want to be too near it at the moment. Don't get me wrong, I think it will push higher. Let's have a little look at Google PE ratio. So it is only 25.64, you know. It is only, wow, it can push a lot higher. I'm going to be honest. It can push a lot higher. So maybe I have sold a bit preemptively, but I just thought I'll take the profits and the chips off the table because I do expect a pullback. Maybe I'll go back in on a pullback now. US stocks are exploding to new all-time highs while Bitcoin can't even break above 117k. This isn't about weak demand, it's about manipulation by market makers and exchanges. Let's break it down. This is what Ash Crypto is thinking. In the early days, Bitcoin's price was mostly spot driven. Buyers purchased coins, supply got absorbed, price went higher. Supply demand versus supply. So simple demand versus supply. Today, things are very different. Enter futures and derivatives. Exchanges realize that creating synthetic BTC is far more profitable than actual spot BTC. Why? Because derivatives let them move markets with leverage without needing real Bitcoin. For example, when Bitcoin touched 124k, market makers and whales dumped via futures, creating a cascade of liquidations. BTC dropped to 107k, a 17k crash. Guess what? They made billions on shorts and liquidations. Now ask yourself, is that more profitable than letting BTC run freely to 150k? For the cartel, controlled dumps is guaranteed profits. For retail, it looks like volatility, but in reality, it's a profit engine for the insiders. This also applies to stocks, by the way. This is why BTC often lags behind macro, US equities hitting all-time highs, liquidity flooding into risk assets, yields coming down. Logically, BTC should fly, but instead it's trapped in a manipulation cycle. Plus, it's pumped like crazy, so I don't know why people are getting upset. Important point, this doesn't mean Bitcoin is weak. In fact, it means the opposite. If insiders are working this hard to control Bitcoin, it shows how valuable it is as a global asset. And I agree. They want to maximize profits before the real parabolic run begins. Spot demand is building quietly. ETFs keep absorbing coins. Exchange reserves are shrinking. Long-term holders are not selling, but futures derivatives create the illusion of weakness to shake out retail. Now, the cycle is still intact. We've seen this movie before in 2017 and 2021. Both times BTC was suppressed, chopped sideways, then exploded higher. This time will be no different. The only change, manipulation is bigger. So don't get trapped by the cartel's game. They want your coins cheap. They want your leverage liquidated. They want you frustrated. Stay focused. The real parabolic leg is coming. Conclusion. Hold spot and chill. The market will explode soon. Right. I think that is a possibility. I think we'll get a little bit of a dump after FOMC. Hopefully anyway. Then we will fly higher. What am I doing? I should be buying more Bitcoin, but I'm not. I'm also looking at, currently, I'm looking at Casper. And you know what I hold in eToro as well. So this is what I'm holding at the moment. A little bit of Pepsi. Silver for sure. I should have stacked silver hard. And it might not even be a bad idea. But that also looks overpriced. The problem is the dollar. So the US dollar is dying, which is forcing and making all these assets to fly higher. Because the dollar's useless and people would rather hold assets. So maybe I might even buy silver because it's not wanting to show me a pullback. Silver's even doing crazy things. It's just at $42 I feel like an idiot. That's the only thing. I'm also looking at Casper because it reminds me of Solana. It's quicker than everything. I'm going to make a video on Casper soon. And it looks strong. I love the chart. I love the fundamentals. It's being compared to Bitcoin. Da Vinci, the guy who said to buy Bitcoin, this guy right here, this brother, the black brother, said Casper is 2 times better than Bitcoin, but he wouldn't hold it yet because it's only 2 times better. But that just shows Casper's insane. So I'm holding that. I'm hoping that flies. Smart contracts, everything. But we're going to see moving forward. I also hold a lot of Omikami, and I haven't touched my Omikami. That's the only coin I haven't touched. However, you can lose all your money holding the stuff I do. It's actually silly to not have stop losses on this. That's what I did. That's why I got smoked. So don't be like me. Be smarter than me. Have stop losses. And you might well make it. Trust me. Use the basics. If you do the basics correctly, over time, you're probably going to make a lot of money. Because look at everyone holding S&P. They're all in profits.